Okay, so we all chat with AI these days, right? I mean, whether it's just for a quick search or maybe, tackling some complex data analysis, but have you ever stopped to think about how you're actually talking to it? Is it just like a command? Or could it be something, well, something bigger?
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into this really fascinating shift in how we interact with AI. We're moving beyond what people usually call prompt engineering towards something much more profound, AI Conversational Engagement, or ACE.
Yeah, and it's not just some small technical tweak.
Yeah.
It's really a fundamental change in how we even think about knowledge when we're working with these AI systems. We're sort of redefining what true interaction means, pushing past and just grabbing quick answers to actually co-creating new insights together. Right. So our goal for you in this dive is really to get a handle on this crucial shift. You're going to find out why just changing your approach, how you talk to the AI, can unlock some really surprising perspectives, maybe even boost your own thinking. Okay, let's get into it. So, when most of us use a large language model, maybe ChatGPT or Gemini, we kind of default to what's called a query mindset. We ask a question, we expect an answer. It feels a bit like we're just, I don't know, interrogating a machine, doesn't it? Pulling data out.
That's exactly it. It's often this sort of implicit prompt, show me what I already think I know, or confirm what I expect. And look, for simple problems, clear-cut things, it's really efficient. But the downside is it inherently limits discovery. You're essentially telling the AI what box to look inside rather than letting it help you find the boxes you didn't even know existed. This focus on, the perfect phrasing, the syntax, it often leads to quite reductive thinking.
Yeah, I've definitely felt that pressure, like you're trying to guess the magic word. So, okay, it's efficient for known problems, but if you want real exploration or maybe cognitive growth, it falls short. It feels very much like a one-way street where the directors and the AI is just, well, generating text on command. And this is exactly where AI Conversational Engagement comes into the picture. It's presented as this paradigm shift, seeing AI not just as a passive tool, but as a cognitive interlocutor, basically a thinking partner.
Right. And what's really interesting here is that ACE is all about building understanding together. It happens through a sustained, back-and-forth, iterative dialogue. It treats the AI as a co-constructor of meaning. The conversation itself becomes the way you uncover new understandings. It definitely builds on prompt engineering, sure, but it integrates it into this higher-order model. The emphasis is really on responsiveness and co-adaptive reasoning, both sides adapting.
Okay, so less command and control, more. Like a collaborative dance. That sounds quite different. Can you break down what that actually looks like? What are the sort of guiding principles here?
Absolutely. You can think of it as having four core principles. First one, reflection over reduction. This means the goal isn't just to get the answer and be done, but to stimulate intellectual activity, to foster what the paper calls cognitive tension.
Cognitive tension, like that feeling when you're grappling with a tough problem, that productive struggle.
Precisely. That productive discomfort. It's about making you think harder, not just giving you an easy way out. And that connects directly to the second principle, dialogue over detection.
Okay.
This is about generative dialogue. Think maybe of the Socratic method, where you're asking questions not just to pull out facts, but to explore angles, uncover assumptions, build new ideas together. You and the AI are co-evolving insights through the conversation.
I see. So instead of just detecting information that's already there, you're generating something new through the dialogue itself.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And the third one.
Third is plurality over precision. This is about embracing multiple interpretations, exploring different viewpoints, rather than just hunting for one single correct output. It's about appreciating complexity.
Right, acknowledging ambiguity.
Exactly. And finally, number 4 is agency and critical interaction. This encourages you, the user, to actively question the AI. What are its limits? Does it have biases? It's about you staying in the driver's seat, maintaining your critical judgment and intellectual independence throughout the interaction.
Okay, this framework sounds really compelling, very different from just asking questions. But, how do we know it works? Is this just a theory? The paper mentioned something called the Visual Cognitive Assessment Test, the VCAT. What exactly is that, and what did it show?
Right, the VCAT. It's essentially a diagnostic tool they developed. It's designed to assess an AI's ability to go beyond just surface-level description, especially with visual information. Can it engage in generative interpretation through that dynamic back-and-forth conversation we talked about? Rather than just saying, this is a picture of X, can it discuss symbolism or implications? They tested models we all know, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, using visual inputs. First, an image that required symbolic reasoning, and then something quite different, like a financial report, for strategic interpretation.
And the prompts were designed to push for dialogue, asking things like, explore what the user might be missing.
Exactly. Prompts designed to escalate the engagement, to make it conversational, and the results were pretty striking.
Oh yeah, how so? Did the conversation actually make a difference compared to just standard prompting?
Absolutely. When engaged conversationally, using the ACE principles, the AIs were much better at sparking that cognitive tension and helping users find deeper insights. For instance, with the financial report scenario, ChatGPT didn't just list the data points. It proactively asked, hey, would you like this turned into a table or graph for better analysis?
Wow, okay.
It also offered narrative-driven exploration, trying to uncover, hidden narratives or strategic implications within the numbers. It even suggested, should we turn this into a diagnostic report with charts? Claude, it showed strengths by consistently asking clarifying questions, trying to push the dialogue deeper, making sure it understood the nuances. This proactive questioning and trying to align with the user's context, these are hallmarks of more sophisticated conversational ability.
That's fascinating. So the AI isn't just passively responding, it's actively trying to help you think better, frame the problem differently.
Exactly. And this, directly challenges that common fear, the shrinking brains narrative, that AI is just going to make us dumber or replace our thinking. ACE suggests the opposite. It actually starks critical thinking. It fosters that useful discomfort that leads to real learning and growth. It really reaffirms that the human's role remains crucial to question, to validate, and ultimately to discern.
Okay, so let's make this concrete. What does this all mean for you, the listener, in practical terms? How could someone actually use this conversational approach in their daily work or learning?
Well, think about research, for instance. Instead of just using AI to find papers, it becomes this partner for brainstorming, for challenging your assumptions, for exploring what-if scenarios based on the literature. Or in education, imagine an AI tutor that doesn't just give answers, but uses Socratic questioning to help you explore ethical dilemmas, forcing you to justify your reasoning and apply principles consistently.
Like a personal thinking coach.
Kind of. And for business intelligence, this could transform it into what they call conversational BI. Leaders could move beyond just asking what happened in the data. They could engage the AI in a dialogue about why it might have happened, explore causal factors, test hypotheses, maybe uncover complex relationships that a standard dashboard just wouldn't reveal. Asking, what if we changed this variable? And exploring outcomes.
That sounds incredibly powerful, almost like having a super analyst on call 24/7. But I sense a but coming, with great power, as they say.
It was responsibility, exactly. That's a really critical point. The human, you, remain the epistemic anchor. You ground the conversation in reality, you check the facts, and ultimately you own closure. You decide what the insights mean and what to do with them.
So our role is still central. It's not about letting the AI take over.
Absolutely not. Your role in questioning, validating, discerning, it's paramount. If you just passively accept AI outputs without critical thought, you risk what's called epistemic flattening. You're essentially outsourcing your judgment. And there's a danger of mistaking fluency for depth. AI can sound really convincing, right? You might see what the paper calls a simulacrum of dialogue. It looks like a deep conversation, but maybe lacks genuine understanding underneath.
Right. It can sound smart without actually being insightful in a human way. Are there other pitfalls we should be aware of?
Yeah, a couple more. There's the risk of interpretive drift, where the conversation kind of wanders off track and becomes untethered from the actual data or the original problem. And maybe more subtly, there's a risk of coercion, where the AI, through its phrasing, its tone, maybe the way it frames questions, could subtly steer you towards certain conclusions without you even realizing it.
That's a bit concerning.
It is. And to guard against all this, you really need to cultivate what we could call critical conversational literacy. It's not just about asking better questions, but asking harder questions, pushing back, checking assumptions, ensuring the AI respects your autonomy and doesn't just lead you down a path. It means being an active, critical participant, not just a passive recipient.
Okay, so this deep dive really highlights that the future of working with AI isn't just about getting answers faster. It seems to be about having richer, maybe more challenging, but ultimately more rewarding conversations.
That's spot on, I think. The true potential here, the real power of AI, probably won't be unlocked just by extracting information efficiently. It'll come through sustained, thoughtful conversation. It's really about learning to engage through the AI, not just with it, using it as a tool to amplify our own thinking to achieve, hopefully, some profound cognitive growth.
So we'll leave you with this thought to chew on. The next time you fire up an AI tool, are you just going to ask it for what you already expect to find? Or are you going to try starting a real conversation, one that might help you understand what you're not even seeing yet? The choice, it seems, is yours, and it could really change how you learn and discover.